The concept of the dollar store has its roots in the post-war economic boom of the 1950s. This era saw the rise of discount retailers like Corvettes and Ben Franklin variety stores, which laid the groundwork for the modern dollar store model. The true rise began in the 1990s with chains like Dollar General, Dollar Tree, and Family Dollar. They tapped into a growing segment struggling with stagnant wages and rising income inequality. Offering basic necessities at rock-bottom prices, dollar stores became a lifeline for budget-conscious consumers, particularly in rural and low-income urban areas underserved by traditional retailers. The success of dollar stores lies in their unique and highly effective business model, which prioritizes low prices and high-volume sales. Unlike traditional retailers who mark up prices to cover overhead and generate profit, dollar stores operate on razor-thin profit margins, relying on a high volume of sales to drive revenue. One key strategy employed by dollar stores is offering smaller package sizes. This allows them to sell products at lower price points while maintaining a reasonable per-unit cost. For example, a dollar store might sell a smaller bottle of shampoo or a smaller bag of rice compared to a traditional grocery store, making the product appear more affordable to budget-conscious shoppers. Another tactic is focusing on off-brand and private label products. By sourcing goods from lesser-known manufacturers, often overseas, dollar stores avoid the marketing and licensing costs associated with well-known brands. This allows them to offer significant discounts compared to name-brand equivalents without sacrificing quality. Furthermore, dollar stores strategically target underserved areas, particularly rural communities and low-income urban neighborhoods. These areas often lack access to a wide variety of retail options, making dollar stores the primary source of basic necessities for many residents. By establishing a presence in these communities, dollar stores tap into a captive market with limited shopping alternatives. Dollar stores have become a ubiquitous presence in the American landscape, particularly in rural communities and low-income urban neighborhoods that have been largely ignored by traditional retailers. For residents of these areas, often located miles from the nearest supermarket or department store, dollar stores have emerged as a lifeline, providing convenient access to a wide range of affordable goods. In rural America, where populations are often dispersed and access to services is limited, dollar stores have become essential community hubs. They offer a convenient one-stop shop for residents to pick up groceries, household supplies, and other necessities without having to drive long distances to larger towns or cities. This is particularly important for elderly residents, those without reliable transportation, and families with limited budgets. Similarly, in low-income urban neighborhoods, often characterized by high poverty rates and limited access to fresh food and healthy options, dollar stores have filled a void in the retail landscape. They provide residents with a local source of affordable groceries, albeit often with a limited selection of fresh produce and healthy options. While not a perfect solution, dollar stores offer a degree of food access in communities that might otherwise be considered food deserts. Dollar stores provide valuable services to underserved communities, but their impact on local economies and food access is debated. Critics argue dollar stores hurt small retailers and displace grocery stores, reducing fresh food options. They often source goods from overseas, impacting American manufacturing jobs. The quality and nutritional value of dollar store food items are often questioned. Section 5. Working on a dollar employee concerns and store security. As dollar stores continue to expand across the country, concerns have been raised about their labor practices and the safety of both employees and customers. Critics allege that dollar stores often pay their employees low wages, offer limited benefits, and provide inadequate training, leading to high turnover rates and a demoralized workforce. Employees at dollar stores often work long hours, often alone or with minimal staffing, to keep up with the demands of high customer volume and constant inventory turnover. This can create a stressful and potentially unsafe work environment, particularly in areas with high crime rates. Incidents of robberies, shoplifting, and other crimes are not uncommon at dollar stores, particularly those located in low-income neighborhoods with limited security measures in place. This puts both employees and customers at risk and raises concerns about the overall safety of these establishments. Furthermore, the limited staffing and high turnover rates at dollar stores can lead to problems with cleanliness, product stocking, and customer service. Customers may encounter long lines, empty shelves, and unhelpful staff, detracting from the overall shopping experience. Despite these criticisms, dollar stores have continued to thrive, even as other sectors of the retail industry have struggled to adapt to the rise of e-commerce and changing consumer habits. In fact, dollar stores have been dubbed recession-proof by some analysts, as their low prices and focus on basic necessities make them an attractive option for consumers during times of economic uncertainty. While traditional brick-and-mortar retailers have struggled to compete with online giants like Amazon, dollar stores have largely avoided this fate by focusing on a different segment of the market. Their target customers are often price-sensitive shoppers, who prioritize convenience and affordability over the wider selection and home delivery options offered by online retailers. Moreover, dollar stores have continued to expand their footprint, opening new locations at a rapid pace, even as other retailers are closing stores or going out of business entirely. This aggressive expansion has been fueled by a combination of factors, including the availability of prime real estate in struggling shopping centers, and the relatively low cost of opening and operating a dollar store compared to other retail formats. The seemingly unstoppable growth of dollar stores has not gone unnoticed, and in recent years a growing number of cities and towns across the United States have begun to push back against their expansion. Concerned about the potential negative impacts on local businesses, food access, and community health, some municipalities have enacted zoning ordinances and other regulations aimed at limiting the proliferation of dollar stores within their borders. These measures typically involve restricting the number of dollar stores that can operate within a certain radius, or prohibiting new dollar stores from opening near existing grocery stores or farmers markets. The goal is to encourage a more diverse retail landscape and prevent dollar stores from monopolizing the market for basic necessities in low-income communities. Proponents of these regulations argue that they are necessary to protect small businesses, promote healthy food access, and preserve the character of local communities. They contend that an oversaturation of dollar stores can create a vicious cycle of poverty, where residents have limited access to fresh food, healthy options, and quality jobs, further depressing economic activity and perpetuating cycles of disadvantage. The ongoing debate over the impact of dollar stores reflects the complex and often contradictory role these retailers play in American communities. On the one hand, dollar stores provide a valuable service to millions of Americans, particularly those living in rural areas and low-income neighborhoods with limited access to traditional retail options. They offer a convenient source of affordable goods, helping to stretch tight budgets and make ends meet. On the other hand, the proliferation of dollar stores has raised concerns about their impact on local economies, food access, and community health. Critics argue that dollar stores can displace existing businesses, contribute to the decline of American manufacturing jobs, and exacerbate problems of food insecurity and diet-related health issues. Moreover, concerns about labor practices, store security, and the quality of goods sold at dollar stores continue to fuel the debate. The low prices offered by these retailers come at a cost, often borne by employees who work long hours for low wages, and customers who may be exposed to unsafe conditions or limited product selection. Despite the ongoing controversy and the pushback from some communities, dollar stores remain a powerful force in the American retail landscape. Their ability to adapt to changing market conditions, appeal to budget-conscious consumers, and expand into underserved markets suggests that their dominance is likely to continue in the years to come. As the American economy continues to grapple with income inequality, stagnant wages, and rising costs of living, the demand for affordable goods is unlikely to diminish. Dollar stores are well positioned to capitalize on this trend, offering a lifeline to struggling families and a convenient shopping option for those seeking value and convenience. However, the future of dollar stores will also be shaped by the growing awareness of their impact on communities and the push for more equitable and sustainable retail models. As consumers become more conscious of the social and environmental consequences of their purchasing decisions, dollar stores may face pressure to improve their labor practices, source goods more ethically, and offer healthier food options. The question of whether dollar stores ultimately help or hurt communities is a complex one with no easy answers. As these retailers continue to evolve and expand, it will be crucial to find ways to harness their economic potential while mitigating their potential negative impacts. The future of retail in America may well depend on striking a balance between affordability, accessibility, and responsibility.